Hey there folks, my name's Hayden. I am your board game buddy, at least I'd like to be. We're going to take a look at Exploding Kittens, how to play, and if you stick around for the end, we will give you a few tips as well for maybe playing a little bit better, staying in the game a little bit longer, and hopefully winning. So that's what we're going to do. If you do like this video, want to see more content like this, or just want to support me, like and subscribe. It helps out a bunch. Thanks. Alright folks, so we've got Exploding Kittens right here. Again, this is the party pack box. There's really not much different with it. I think it's just got more cards so that it can suit up to 10 players. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all the cards, shuffle them up. But what you're going to want to do first is you're going to, depending on your player count, you're going to take these Exploding Kittens and shuffle them into the deck. Another thing you're going to do is you're going to give each player one diffuse at the beginning of the game. So you know that everyone starts with one of those. But other than that, you deal out the cards and then you start playing. And you win the game by being the last one alive. So if you ever get an Exploding Kitten card and you cannot defuse it, then you are out of the game. And there are some expansions that have some other things where you can hold that in your hand and be okay. But in this game, as soon as you draw one of these, they're going to be shuffled in, look exactly the same. As soon as you draw one, you put it out and you explode. So you're out of the game unless you're able to use a diffuse to diffuse that. Now, if that happens, you take this card, and you get to take the deck, and you get to put it underneath the table and hide it, and you get to put this wherever you want. So you could put it right on the top, or you could say, okay, Eric and then Jessica. I want to get Jessica out. So Eric's going to take this card, and then Jessica's going to take the next one. So I'll go ahead and put them like that. So you can count if you want. You can put it on the bottom. You can be as random or as not random as you would like to be. And that is something that's really pretty nice and pretty fun about the game, is you can set it up, and then the turn after someone draws one of those cards is always funny to see what happens next. Now, there are a lot of things that you can do, a lot of cards out here that you can use to mitigate your chances of exploding. And so if you feel like someone put an Exploding Kitten right on top and they're trying to get you to explode, you can play a skip. And so that is going to make you, allow you to skip your turn. So you just skip your turn, don't have to do anything. And then a targeted attack. If you wanted to, you could use a targeted attack. And so all of these cards say what they do right on them. So this one, for instance, do not draw any cards. Force any player to take 2 turns. Play continues. Play continues. Come on, focus, focus. Play continues from that player. So you could target a certain player, say, it's my turn, but I want to target this person right over here. And they'd have to draw 2 cards. They'd have to take 2 turns. There's a regular attack right here. I believe this is an attack times 2, so it's force the next player to take 2, and so instead of 1, it's the next player. You could just shuffle the deck. Say, I want to shuffle everything. You could say, nope. So if someone targets you, you could say, nope, you can't target me. I'm going to play that card. Or if someone says, I'm going to skip my turn, you could play your nope card and say, no, you can't do that. I'm not going to let you do that. This favor card right here, someone who you choose has to give you a card of their choice. You've got the draw from the bottom. So if you think someone put something bad on the top, you can draw from the bottom instead. You've got the alter the future. You get a look at the top 3 cards and then rearrange them. That's pretty cool. You got the see the future. So you get a look at the top 3 cards and then decide what to do there. You cannot change the order. And then we've got a bunch of cats right here, and all of these cats are completely useless by themselves. But if you have 2 of them, so like the taco cat right here, this is a cat card and is powerless on its own. Play 2 taco cats as a pair to steal a random card from another player. So if I have 2 of these, I could play both of those out and I could steal a random card from whoever I wanted to. The feral cat is a wild and can be used as any cat. So I could play the feral cat and the taco cat. So that is how that works. That's, I think, all of the cards that you've got in the game. On your turn, you can play a card, or play as many cards, I believe, as you want. But your turn ends when you draw a card. So as soon as you draw a card, your turn is over. Now there's some cards, like we said, where you get to skip that action. But if you wanted to, it could be your turn and you could say, I'm going to draw a card. Okay, my turn is over. And as long as it is not an exploding kitten right here, you're fine, and your turn goes on to the next person. So that is how you play Exploding Kittens. Very simple, very easy. They really make it nice and easy as well because all of the cards say exactly what they do on them. So if you need to reference some rules, there are the rules right here you can use for reference. There's other videos and stuff, but you should be able to pretty easily just be able to get started and then check some references if certain situations come up. Hopefully that gives you a little bit about Exploding Kittens. Alright folks, let's give you a few tips on Exploding Kittens. Now I will definitely say that my biggest tip is almost a numbers thing, and so you want to keep your best cards as long as you can. I mean, it just makes sense, right? If you want to win the game, you want to keep your best cards as long as you can, and so try and understand the cards that are really most helpful. And so some of these cards that are really, really helpful, the Alter the Future is really helpful, the Skip is really helpful, the Nope card is extremely helpful, and the Attack cards are really, really good. So honestly, pretty much everything is really good. The Draw from the Bottom's okay, See from the Future's good, the Favor, they're all okay, but these are the 4 cards that are really, really big, and obviously there's nothing more important than the Diffuse card. And there are other Diffuse cards in here, and so you could get those as well as you are playing, which is fantastic when that happens. So my suggestion is just to keep these and save these as long as you can. If you're playing, I believe you take the number of Exploding Kittens at the same number as you're playing with, or you do one more. So if we're playing a 3-person game, you either put in 3 or 4. So keep that in mind. If we're playing a game with that many, we're putting 4 cards in. This is a large deck, and so at the beginning of the game, the chances are that you won't get an Exploding Kitten right off the bat. Now, it happens sometimes, but what I'm trying to get at is don't expend all of your good cards right off the bat, because there's a good chance you won't need to until later on. Now, if someone goes before you, they get an Exploding Kitten, and you think they put it right on top, now's the time to maybe skip my turn or attack someone else or see the future, alter the future, but you don't want to do it just willy-nilly for no reason. So that is my main tip for Exploding Kittens. So hopefully that gives you guys a little more information on how to play Exploding Kittens, and hopefully you can do a little bit better on your next game. Thanks.